I'm a dude, and I'm inviting you to join me on a podcast about brews.
Does that include stouts?
Yes, of course it includes stouts. Like I was saying, join us every Saturday on the journey into...
Wait a minute. Do you guys do anything about like IPAs?
Yes,
like that?
yes, we do IPAs.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, join us on the Journey into Comics Network for Brews with Dudes.
Whoa, hey, have you guys ever... Do you care if I bring some Zima on?
Yes, I care if you bring Zima. Zima doesn't count. Zima's... Dr. Dongo. Anyway, join us every Saturday for a podcast that delves into the craft brew world.
The following is a journey into comics.
Journey into comics.
It's a journey into comics.
It's a journey into comics.
Journey into comics.
Journey into Comics.
Network.
Production.
Put the past in front of you. You are the path that gleams golden. I am the shape that you molded. I will admit the fact that I love you. You are the map beneath my
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crucial Tunes. This is episode 11. I'm your host, Chris, with my co-host, Larry.
I know every time you shrug, you're like, co-host?
Like, shrug my shoulders. Are you my co-host? Or are you
Episode 11, you still have no idea what you're doing.
I don't know I don't know what I'm doing.
Before we started recording this episode, on this table with these microphones and computer on it, there is a box of 28 pouches of fruit snacks. And Chris, okay, we've been down here for probably 10 minutes. Chris is opening his 5th bag of fruit snacks.
They're the delicious strawberry flavored fruit snacks. I'm not
5th bag, y'all.
Actually, it's 6.
Oh, dig your own hole.
I'm addicted to strawberry fruit snacks. I don't know what to say. They're delicious. I'm gonna try my best.
They
not
are
to.
made by Lunch Buddies. If you're interested.
Yeah, they're from Aldi.
Shout out Lunch Buddies.
Shout out Aldi. They're good, man. I don't know what to say. They're good. Eat some. I got plenty. Go for it.
The best episode so far.
Today we don't have a guest today. We're flying. I was going to say solo, but this is not solo. We are flying duo. It's just the two of us.
Will Smith song.
At the beginning of the season, we had an episode where we talked about like new releases and stuff. I think the volume just adjusted out of nowhere, but anyway, we talked about like new albums and EPs and stuff, and
these are really good.
I told you they're fucking good, man. We haven't done that in a while, and there's been a lot of good stuff dropping lately, so I figured that this would be a good time to recap what's been going on with the year, maybe touch on a little bit of music news as well. So did you want to start with the music news, or you want to start with some albums, or what do you want to do first?
Let's bounce back and forth.
Okay,
let's start with an album.
Okay, let's touch on like the singles first. A few singles have come out recently, and not just recently. We haven't talked about this since January, so we've got 5 months to cover, and there's been a lot of stuff since then. The stuff worth noting. The one I just found the other day, I think it just came. I don't have dates on any of these, so if this is old news by the time you listen to it, sorry, but it's new to me. So the first one, Madonna. Madonna put out a single. We're at the time we're recording this. It is the middle of June, and I think she's got an album coming out in like a week or two. And she put out a single called "Dark Ballet." Oh, I didn't mean to start playing it. I was just trying to find the single. It's called Dark Ballet. And I don't know about you. I dig it.
I do. It's fucking weird.
It is. So, Madonna, me and Ashley, my wife, I know you know my wife, for the audience's sake. Ashley is my wife. We were talking about it yesterday. Madonna is an artist that she is like, I know Michael Jackson is the king of pop, or was until
Madonna is
now he's canceled.
Absolutely on that fucking level.
But yeah,
Madonna
Madonna has successfully adapted to every generation of pop since she's started performing. And she's had successful releases. Every release has been successful because she doesn't just stick to the same sound she's been doing since the 80s. She gives you what's new and kind of trendy, which she does on this. It's kind of like a soft, almost hip-hop-y kind of beat. It's just cool, mellow.
For a while.
Yeah,
and then like it takes 3 or 4 turns. Gets real circusy. And,
I dig
intense.
it. I dig it. I think it's worth checking out.
If no one told me it was by Madonna, I'm like, hey, check this out. I'm like, oh, this is tight.
Yeah, but knowing it's Madonna, and that was the other thing. Like, I don't like Madonna as a person.
Fuck you don't like Madonna
as a person. I don't like her as a person.
Do you know her?
Yeah, she's my neighbor, and I hate her. Her dog shits in my yard, and she never cleans it up. But no,
But why?
I don't know. She's fucking. I'm not into those gimmicky artists, and she was like the OG gimmicky artist, you know. Like
Didn't she have a fake British accent for a while?
Yes, she still does.
That's crazy. She's from Detroit. Her name
Yeah.
is Louise.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like she's phony. She's like Lady Gaga level of phony, and I don't like Lady Gaga either.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
She's like just like Madonna. Like, okay, yeah, that lines up. All right, right on.
But like
They're both fantastic.
I'm not into the gimmicky stuff. Unless I mean, there's very.
Don't you like Slipknot?
Yes, but I did. So I got into Slipknot in 7th grade. You know, like so. I didn't care. The gimmick, their gimmick was like, oh my god, that's so edgy. I need more of it. You know, and it just stuck with me. So, although I don't. Well, I guess we can talk about the new Slipknot release too because I don't like it.
It sounds like Slipknot.
I think it sounds more like a heavy Stone Sour song than a Slipknot song.
That's what Slipknot is now.
Yeah, I don't like it. Okay. Go back to your roots, man. Their first album is still like
you can't write the same album.
No, I know that, but like you can maintain that level of intensity. Yeah, there's no. Nah, I don't think so. It's really toned back, and I know they're getting old. I get it, but
and it's only one song off. Of
fuck, man.
record.
Soulfly's last album, just last year. They put out one of the rawest, heaviest albums they've put out to date.
There will be an episode of this show
that I don't talk about new metal. It's a good album.
No, am I kidding? No, there won't.
It's a good album. All right, moving on. A couple of smaller bands, I guess. Things you guys might not have heard of. We Struck Gold.
Fucking rules.
We Struck Gold, melodic hardcore from the UK, which is like the best place, in my opinion, the best place for melodic hardcore.
That's true.
Almost all of it sounds the same. Like, besides having different singers, you could mistake any of those melodic hardcore bands from the UK for each other, but it's all good.
And there's nothing stand out about what they did. I don't know how I found them. I was scrolling on some feed.
Yeah.
And it popped up like, oh, cool. And I kept listening. I'm like, oh my god.
It seems like something that Frank from Low Country would have posted on his Facebook, because he's always finding like those kind of.
He didn't know who they were. I sent him like, hey, do you know who this is?
Oh,
He's like,
whoa!
This is tight. I'm like, huh?
You found it before them? Nice. But yeah, We Struck Gold worth checking out. I think they've only
Frank is in that band.
They've got. Oh yeah, probably is. Fucking because he joins every band ever. I get it. I get jokes. I think they've only got like 2 songs up on Spotify or something, or well, 2 released this year.
Yeah, I have I think a couple of older things,
but it's really good, worth checking out. And then more, I'm not even semi local. I think they're Detroit native. Gold Route. They released an EP.
It's awesome.
Called White awesome. Knuckles. Gold Route. They are I want to almost say like mid-tier pop punk band, because they're not like Warped Tour or Riot Fest big or anything, but they're touring. They could open a festival like that probably
for sure.
They're
not a huge band, but they're not a small.
So since their first album, I thought they might be the up and comers in pop punk, because they are on that level. They are very good. They are very. They've got like. I hesitate to say a day to remember because I don't want people to think like they're that kind of.
They don't sound anything like a day to remember.
But they have that kind of that combination of like breakdowny kind of heavy riffs, but like really good melodic pop punk too.
NFG.
Yeah, I guess. But I think they're heavier than NFGs.
Oh, sure.
But very good. And the new EP is no exception. It's just as good as, if not better than their old stuff. So definitely worth checking out. White Knuckles by Gold Route. A couple more singles. If I don't know if you're into Bon Iver.
Wow.
He doesn't seem like
he has some shit that I'm into. Kinda. He is featured on a couple of Kanye West songs that I think is kind of cool. And I like some of his stuff he does, but I mean, dude, whatever.
This new Bon Iver seems like he's going more like the Coldplay route, or is it still just him and then like he gets session artists, or does he have a band that plays with him?
Fucking know.
I think Bon Iver, that's like it was his solo project, right? And then he's just kind of picked up musicians along the way, or do I might have this completely wrong. I am speculating, but I know like the first album, I think he wrote it in a cabin by himself. I think that was like his big thing. Which I mean, if you listen to it, actually you wouldn't know it was written in a cabin with like a 4-track recorder. But
you would. You absolutely
okay.
would.
Well, the
and
average
you listen to it, you're
may
like,
not.
I feel like I'm at Eddie Bauer.
But I love it. I love his old stuff. This new stuff, like I said, it feels like he's going more the Coldplay route.
Like cool Coldplay or like the lame ass colorful recent Coldplay.
I don't know. I like all Coldplay, so
you went the last couple Coldplay.
I Coldplay is in my heart, man.
I love
I love
Coldplay,
it. But they got like more of that power pop, like arena pop kind of sound instead of being like the indie rock band.
Oh.
Which that's the vibe I get from. I'm not saying he's on that level of power pop or anything, but he's getting more of that electronic-y feel and more than I've ever heard. And I'm not like an avid Bon Iver listener, so maybe this is the way he's been going for a while. Or they is it? I don't know if it's a band or a person. I think it's a person. I'm just going to keep referring to it as a person. I don't. He may have been going this route for a while. I don't stay current with him, but it's cool. I like it. I dig it. Alexis on Fire. 2 new tracks by Alexis on Fire.
It's not my ideal Alexis on Fire. Which I feel like everyone has a different answer for that.
I had high hopes because I love Alexis on Fire, and I was very underwhelmed. Oh. There was some kind of intensity missing from it. Like
that's just your thing for everything now.
I know.
Go back to your roots. Where's your intensity?
No. Like it's the thing. Like if you put out like their first album, just like super. Like it's crazy all over the place, and
sure. They were like
this was like this is just kind of like your basic. I mean, if they weren't screaming, it could be fucking like an Interpol album, you know? Maybe not that dull, but
no, I don't know. It's not far off.
It's just the music itself to me is just kind of boring and droning, and I mean even the vocals don't save it for me. And I like. Dallas Green. Mm-hmm. I love his voice, and it doesn't seem like it's featured as much as I wanted it to be. But that's, I mean, I think I was just bummed out by the first 30 seconds, and I kind of tuned out, to be honest. So,
okay,
I do need to give it another shot because I don't know if I gave it a fair shot, but I don't know, just didn't do it for me. Let's see what else I got on my list. A couple of things I just listened to. So in the comments of this on Facebook, in the comments, I'm going to post a couple of links because some of these singles, though the next couple I'm going to bring up, I actually found them because I was clicking through an article of like, ooh, 29 best albums so far of 2019, you know?
Sure.
And I don't know who either of these artists are. One of them is Black Midi. They're a UK noise rock band, and I know how much you love noise rock.
They're not Facebook. I've seen about this on YouTube.
I know how much you love noise rock. I know that's sarcasm, heavy sarcasm.
Get it.
Larry doesn't like
it's
noise
like
rock.
jazz.
Yeah, for sure. Noise rock is one of those things you either like it or you don't, and I do. I like it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I like the here I'm going to use this word again. I like the intensity of it. I like the craziness. It's all over the place. It's spontaneous and it's exciting to listen to.
It's confusing and it
is, and that's what there doesn't have to be a structure. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't.
I don't think there can be. Like, that's one of the rules.
What Black Midi is another. It's one of those bands that the two singles I listen to.
Don't like they draw in all their MIDI, but they do like art.
I don't know.
Instead of like just.
I don't know.
Patterns and shit.
I don't know anything about them. Like I said, I found them on this list and I checked them out. And I guess they released an album. I wasn't able to find the album on Spotify, but I did listen. Excuse me. I did listen to the two new singles that they put out this year, and I like them both. The other one, I hesitate to bring this up just because. I'm just gonna throw it out there. The name of the band is Mannequin Pussy.
Sure.
I hate the word pussy.
Gay.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, happy Pride Month, by the way.
Thanks.
I hate using the P word because I'm so not like a bro. Like, yeah, dude, let's get some pussy. I'm not that guy, right? It just feels weird coming out of my mouth.
Pussy.
I hope my mom's not listening to this.
I fucking hope she is so bad.
Well, anyway.
Best day ever period.
I think they also put out an album that I was unable.
They've been around for a long time, I think, right?
Yeah, I think they've been around.
Dude, that name fucking rules.
They're like a female-fronted punk band. They may be an all-female, maybe, I don't know. I know they're female-fronted, though. And the single I listened to this morning, I loved it. It's got a real cool, like, I don't know what it's. They're like they're a punk band. They're a punk band. That's the best way to describe them.
A lot of intensity.
Yeah, a lot of intensity. No, they're really they're good. Like, they're fast, but they're kind of rocky too. They're not just like they're not 3-chord punk. They're they've got like really cool melodic sound to them, but
Sure.
but
Like Springsteen punk.
kind of, yeah. I guess that's a good way to put it.
Like the Gaslight Anthem.
Possibly.
The Gaslight Anthem isn't
What-
Springsteen punk. They're just
If I had
tribute band.
to have compared them to anybody, it would have been Turnspit. I don't know if many of our audience knows Turnspit.
Turnspit Springsteen as fuck.
But
In a good
yeah,
way.
that's what I'm saying. They're real rocky,
Yeah.
but still got that element of punk and the attitude of punk, and they're cool. I really like the single. I'm hoping to check the album out soon.
Cool.
I dug it. What do you got before we get into the full albums? Do you
A
got
lot
some
of the
singles?
shit you covered. The Boston Manor single.
I did not check that out yet. I'll be honest. I've seen Boston Manor's name a lot. I don't know if I've ever listened to them. They're pop punk, right?
They were. They are not now.
No?
No. They are. It's a general rock, I guess. I don't know. They put out like a pop punk-ish album, then they put out like this emo-y, almost posty kind of album later, and it was okay. Wasn't crazy for it.
Okay.
They put out another single, and I was psyched on it, and then I wasn't that into it.
You get into the mic a little bit more.
Oh, and I got some singles in here. What? I just had it pulled up and hit the back button.
This is good air. Good air.
It's good.
This is
Good ass air.
This is good air. Good radio.
Good.
While you're
found it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how new this is. It came out. I want to say this year. Demon Hunter.
Ooh, yeah. I think I did just see some news about them a couple weeks ago that they were putting new stuff out this year. I didn't know they had anything new out.
It's from earlier this year.
Oh, wow. They put out a whole new album already.
I didn't know the whole album came out.
Yeah. Well, on Spotify, they have a 2019 album, so.
Oh.
10 songs. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Demon Hunter, Christian metal, on the edge of metalcore.
Yeah.
Kind of almost new metal-y.
It's butt metal.
Yeah. But it's good. But.
In January, Wage War released a single that is fucking sick.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think we recorded an episode talking about new music since that. I
Yeah.
just don't think we brought it up.
Oh. Well, if we talked about it, that would have had to have been like January.
They had very well released a record because that was a while ago, but it's great.
Okay, I'll check that out. This is not new stuff, but stuff that's new to me, so take this one with a grain of salt. Have you ever heard of Van Canto?
Huh?
Van Canto.
No, I don't think anyone has.
Some people may have. So I found them because of a meme.
Great.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm throwing it out there right now. They are an a cappella fantasy metal band.
Oh yeah, you shared this yesterday.
Yes. The only real
no, dude, it's
the only real instrument they have in the band is the drums, and then all the guitars and everything are just guys going dibba-da-dibba-da-dibba-da-dibba-da-dibba-da.
yeah, and it's fucking sick.
It's pretty cool.
I forgot that's what that was called. You shared that
Van
yesterday. That
Canto.
fucking rules.
And they do cover songs too. Like they did a cover of Metallica's Battery, and like they're singing like Battery. It's it's so crazy. I think Master of Puppets is the best cover I've listened to so far.
Dude, everything they do is tight. I like this.
Check out Van Canto. It's not new by any means. They've been around, I guess, since like I don't know, the early this decade or something. Maybe even the mid 2000s. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care that much about them, but I thought it was worth noting that they're hilarious. Their videos are hilarious. Check them out. And you know what that led me to? So that led me down a rabbit hole of like Viking metal, which I know you're probably not into Viking metal at all.
I love Viking metal.
So I found a Viking death metal band. They've been around a while. Called King of Asgard, and I am fucking into it, man. I am all in. They haven't put. I think they put an album out like last year or the year before or something. But it's like I said, it's not new, but new to me. I just thought it was worth noting because I've been listening to it all week. But yeah, King of Asgard, fucking Viking death metal, and
there's a lot of Viking metal that I like a lot. I like Tyr.
Yes. And Teresa's, I don't know how to pronounce the name. They've got an album called Stand Up and Fight, and fuck, is it hokey, but I love it.
But you don't like gimmicky stuff?
So they're gimmicky, like, just the genre itself is gimmicky.
Like the most gimmicky shit in America.
But when I say gimmicky, I mean, like, I don't like stuff that's like, well, she sells albums because she wears costumes on stage.
They sell albums because they wear costumes on stage.
No, they sell albums because some people are just into that fantasy shit.
And some people are just into dumbass gimmicky pop
music.
music.
But that has nothing to do with the music. At
Sure
least the people that are into Viking metal are into it because they like the sound of it, you know?
No, I bet you not all of them. I bet some are just nerds who do it for the integrity.
I bet that's 100% right. But I'm not that guy. I just enjoy the music. It's really symphony, big symphony stuff.
I also love fantasy metal.
It's fucking cool.
And symphonic metal,
it's
like
cool.
Rhapsody and shit.
Yeah,
Love it all.
yeah. That was
Like
part
Lord
of
the Rings metal and shit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Blind Guardian,
I love
Dragon Force, fucking all that.
Dragon Force is lame, but there is a couple parts in Dragon Force songs, like the chorus melody in Fury of the Storm.
Yeah.
Is the best melody ever.
Dude, that's what I'm
written by
saying. You can't listen to any of those fantasy metal albums or Viking metal albums or anything and not hear at least some amazing melodies, you know? That's just what they do. That's what they do best. It's amazing. But we don't have to talk much more. We don't have to keep going.
about fucking
I mean,
Viking
we
metal
can if you want to, but I mean,
fun.
we got other stuff to cover too. So
Okay.
let's get into the full albums. The first one, I forgot to put it on my list, and we talked about it a couple months ago. We haven't talked about it since, but Free Throw.
Oh, it's so good.
Free Throw put out an album called, let's see, I just had it up on my screen, but then I looked up Demon Hunter instead. What's Past is Prologue. And I have never listened to a Free Throw album until this one. And I fucking love it, man. It's like really good. Would you call them emo? They're like an emo-y pop punk kind of band. And it's great. It's really well written. It's like you feel it. You know, you feel the emotions he's going for. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it.
That was at least 5 seconds.
Yes. I really liked it though. Free Throw was really good.
I do really like the Free Throw album. New As Cities Burn album.
I did not listen to it yet.
It's great. It's It's like original lineup again.
Okay.
And I think they only put out one album, original lineup. And it was real chaotic.
So it's got the same intensity as their old stuff.
No. Their old shit was like, it was real chaotic, like mathy almost, real crazy, kind of stupid, in a good way. And it's way, like, pulled back. It's pretty calm, but it's really good.
Okay. I'll check it out. I like As Cities Burn. Pup. Morbid Stuff. What'd you think?
Loved it.
This is their third album, I think.
Not my favorite Pup. Probably the best written Pup album.
Is my my first taste of Pup. I know our buddy Steve is way into Pup.
Steve loves Pup.
And he's been, since I've only known Steve a couple of years now, and he's been raving about them ever since I met him. And this is the first album that I've actually listened to of theirs, and it got every emotion out of me, and I loved it. And it is at the moment a contender for my album of the year. I've got
really,
yeah, I've got 3 of them riding right now that I don't know which one's gonna make it to the top.
What are the other ones?
Well, we'll get to those. But Pup, like literally, it's so the music itself is so bright and happy. And like it just really cleverly written, and it's fun to listen to. But then you listen to the lyrics, and it is dark, fucking mean, angry, sad, depressing. It's so good. It's so raw and emotional, and
I really like it.
I love everything about it. There's a song, Scorpion Hill. I cry every time I listen to that song. It's so fucking good.
No shit.
Yeah, I cry a lot.
Chris crying about something?
Yeah, I know.
Like when Lunch Buddy's Fruit Snacks goes under, you'll be crying.
But
you'll be
no
on suicide watch and shit.
And then Steve said he had the same reaction. One of their songs, he said, I don't know which one it was. I shouldn't have even brought it up because now I don't know which one it was. And
yep, there's that.
This
hey,
is good.
Steve, what
it's
was
a good conversation. Yeah, Steve, get back to us real quick.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay, yeah. So, I know this is not going to be on your list, but See You Space Cowboy, Songs for the Firing Squad.
That band is lame.
Fucking grindcore and perfect. It is okay, maybe not perfect, but it is a really good. If you're into like mid 2000s style grind, like old Number 12 and like Daughters and
like See You Next Tuesday and shit.
Yes,
like heavy Lolo.
Fucking Ed Gein and
fucking bogus ass like scene.
Good grindcore. It's good. It is a great album.
I remember, like I saw a thing on YouTube where it's like, oh, Scenester Mall Metal, like, revival, and I was like, fucking dope. It's gonna be a bunch of bands like Atreyu, and I was psyched, and I looked, and I'm like, oh, they mean this?
So, well, okay, so when you say Scenester Mall Metal, I don't think of Ed Gein, and I don't think of, I maybe think of See You Next Tuesday and Heavy Low Low, but, like...
Absolutely.
But, like, Ed Gein and Tower of Rome and Locust, and that's just good grind to me. When I think of like Scenester Mall Metal, I think of like Attack and shit like that, and that's I mean Attack has one good song.
They do?
Yeah, I like Stick Stickly.
You do?
I do.
That's that one song, right?
It's corny.
It's their one song?
Yeah, it's the one with the music video, the Crabcore music video that everybody knows.
Any of their songs but that one?
Yeah.
And do you think that song is tight?
I mean, no. I mean, it's not like. It's not on the top of any of my playlists or anything, but
it shouldn't be on the bottom of any of your
But
playlists.
if I'm doing like a Spotify radio of like a metalcore band and it happens to come on, I'm just like, yeah, I can do this.
I couldn't.
It's all right. And don't get me wrong. 10 years ago, I fucking hated it because
No,
I was
you
like,
didn't. You
yeah,
fucked
no,
with it 10 years ago.
no. That was like when I started getting out of metalcore because I was like, if this is what everything's gonna be like, the fucking guy liner wearing like. The scenester haircuts and shit. That's when I checked out, man. That's when I checked out. But now I can look back on it fondly. It's decent.
I mean that song is fucking real bad.
Whatever. So we were supposed to be talking about See You Space Cowboy.
Yeah, then we ended up talking about Attack. That's not that far off.
Fair enough. I'll let that one slide. You got more albums?
Flying Lotus.
Flying Lotus. Okay. Flying Lotus is. I'll let you.
Flying Lotus is a producer from Los Angeles. He just makes like weird, spacey, instrumental, hip-hoppy based music. Has a lot of cool features in a lot of his songs, but he released a really fucking long, like 26-track album 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
His last album wasn't super crazy about it because it wasn't really like, how do I explain it? It wasn't really like beat centric. There wasn't like the thick, heavy drums and shit on it. It was just weird production and noises and shit. Yeah. And he brought back those beat centered things on this album. I was super fucking psyched on it. I listened to it almost every day since it came out.
So I did listen to it. I didn't get all the way through it because
it's fucking 2 hours long.
Shit. Instrumental is something that like I got to be in a mood for it, you know.
Yeah.
I know you have a better appreciation for it because you yourself produce instrumental. Like
I put something out since we ever put out a podcast.
Plug it, man. Plug it.
I released an EP. Not really an EP. It's like one.
Did you even tell me you put it out? Because I knew you were going to.
Then I sent you the link to it when I put it out.
Oh. Yeah. No, yeah, I checked it out. It was great. No, you sent me some samples before you put it out, though. I loved everything that you sent me.
I put it out a month ago, maybe. It's about 15 minutes long, and it's kind of tight.
Space Tourism.
.bandcamp.com.
Spacetourism.bandcamp.com. That's Larry's solo project, and it's really good.
Been doing
He's
it
got
for fucking a long time, like 7 years.
He has a lot of music up on Bandcamp. What do you got? 5 albums?
At one point, I had 2 full lengths and like 7 EPs.
Okay.
And one day, I got drunk, and I'm like, I'm taking it all down, and I did. And then I'm like, that was stupid. So I'm like, I can't re-upload all this shit without looking crazy.
So you put out the shit I like the most?
I put out 2 compilations called The Shit I Like Most and The Shit I Like Most Volume 2, and it was just like all my favorite shit. But now, though, like, that MacBook has like crashed. That was like 2 MacBooks ago.
Yeah.
I spilled coffee on it.
And, you had spilled coffee on something?
I spilled coffee on a MacBook at Intelligentsia at Michigan and Randolph. And
not to be too specific.
All of those beats that were on those EPs are gone, and I have no idea where to find them again.
That's a bummer. That's like one of the most bummer things as a recording musician is when you recorded something and it's just no more. And you don't. So I have recordings of like my first couple of bands just disappeared. And they were bad, don't get me wrong. Real bad. But yeah, I want to listen to them. I want to look back and see how bad it was, you know?
I know that Caleb's parents or brother have like videos of every show from like probably 2002 to like 2005, and they still have them, and I want to go watch them like real bad.
Yeah, I'd really like to revisit some of my old stuff, but I can't. I bet hey, Corey Mallon, if you're listening to this and you have any of our old stuff, send it to me. I'll probably just text you later, but you know, now it's official, like on the air. He is clean though now. He's clean and sober.
Yeah, which is rad.
Yeah, I don't know if he might be still smoking cigarettes, but he's off all the alcohol and stuff, and he kind of he's been hitting me up every once in a while because I quit drinking 9 months ago.
I never brought you that thing.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. There's still time.
True.
Yeah, I quit drinking 9 months ago though. So like every time I posted something about it, he's checked in with me and said, "Hey, keep it going," blah blah blah. And it's just nice hearing from somebody else that's been there, you know.
I haven't quit drinking.
Yeah,
currently drinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got beer right now.
Number 4. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's that pineapple stuff, huh?
Dude, it's fire.
I've heard good things about it.
Pineapple.
But I don't drink anymore. So.
Pineapple's tight.
I love pineapples.
Okay, super off topic, kind of nasty.
Uh-oh.
The pineapple cum thing, you know?
Is it true?
No.
No? Oh, that's a bummer.
It's not true, and cum is gross.
I really hope my mom's not listening to this.
I wanted to make a joke so bad, but I won't.
Yeah, don't. Please don't.
My mom's not listening to it either. Another off-topic thing, since we're talking about my mom.
Oh shit.
We running out of time?
No, we got plenty of time.
Okay, cool. Last Sunday, me and Greg went over to my parents' house and we're just like hanging out, grilling, drinking, throwing bags, whatever.
Yeah.
And me and my mom were like pretty tipsy, just like goofing off, having fun. And we're talking about weed being legal and this and this and this. And I was like, did you know from when I was like 20 to like 28, I was high the whole time? I'm like, why did I just tell my mom that? Like, fuck.
Was she surprised at all?
I don't remember because as soon as I said it, I was like,
So, like, I don't know how anybody could have been surprised.
no.
You weren't like, I'm not saying like you were the biggest pothead in the world, but like, I mean, it wasn't like you were hiding it or anything.
No, I smoked a lot of fucking pot back then, like all the time.
I think I publicly stated I've only smoked pot 3 times in my life.
It's not tight. I don't do it now. I'm not into it.
I was never into it. I don't ever.
Well, I don't want to say I don't do it now. I just do it seldomly.
I am straight edge now. Except
we should go to the shows, and when the kids are smoking cigarettes, we'll beat them up.
I'm gonna tattoo X's on my hands. I don't claim edge.
You drink coffee?
So yes. But
You're not edge, pussy.
no, well, there's different. So that's the thing. I don't consider myself straight edge because
You just did.
I was. If you would have given me 30 more seconds, I was gonna say I don't really claim edge. I don't. Because I didn't quit smoking because like, I don't want the poison in my body. I quit smoking. Well, I kind of did. I quit smoking because I didn't want to die of lung cancer one day, and then I didn't quit drinking because I think alcohol is horrible. Blah blah. I had personal reasons for quitting drinking, so it's not like.
Sure.
I'm not doing it because like, I think, controlled substances are horrible and blah, 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 blah. Fucking, if you do that, do you, man. I don't care. I'm just not, it's not my thing anymore.
I replace it with Lunch Buddy's fruit snack.
This is a great music podcast.
No, but I'm saying, you can do the best of both worlds.
True.
Because I'm drinking some of this and I'm eating some Lunch Buddies, and man, I'll tell you what.
All right, next on the list. Oh, yeah, Flying Lotus, though.
Oh my god. Wow.
Flying Lotus, you really dug it. I didn't dislike it. I want to put that disclaimer out there. I just, when I put it on, I was listening to it and I was like, yeah, this is cool. I'm just not into instrumental right now. I want something with words.
There's a couple of vocal features on there.
Yeah.
Solange, Beyonce's sister's on there. Anderson .Paak is on there. It's a good album. It's a long album, but it's a very entertaining album to listen to. And you know how Spotify now is doing like that visual shit?
Yes.
Sometimes the visual shit for this is the coolest one I've seen.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out.
The album art for this is very, very reminiscent of Dangerous from Michael Jackson.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a good thing to compare yourself to Michael Jackson anymore? Michael
Musically,
Jackson.
Absolutely.
Michael Jackson. I feel like Michael Jackson. Now that documentary came out,
this is a music podcast. We're not talking about any of that.
Well, it's still relevant though, because that's why we don't talk about Champion. That's why we don't.
I love Champion's music.
I love Champion's music also, but I don't listen to it anymore. And that's I know it fucking I was going to say, we're going to get a dozen tweets and emails. We're not going to get any tweets or emails. But if anybody were to tweet us or email us about this episode, we're going to get...
We don't have a Twitter.
We're going to get trash talk on Facebook. Nobody's going to talk to us about this episode. But if anybody was going to come up with anything, you got to separate the art from the artist. Because I hear that shit all the time.
You say that.
I say I would like to separate the art from the artist.
I can't.
I really would, but it's hard to do. And that's with Champion specifically, because they are like my favorite hardcore band. Were my favorite hardcore band. 4 of the guys still fucking cool, One guy was a scumbag. Why should the rest of the band not have their music listened to anymore?
I mean... One of the dudes in NFG did that.
And they kicked his ass out.
Yeah, before it even fucking came out.
Yeah.
They're like, go. So I guess
so
they separated art from artists.
But that's Champion, when the shit came out about Champion, band was done. They didn't keep going with him and try to apologize for it or anything. Yeah, they just said, fuck it, we're done.
True.
So, I mean, I give them props for that. It's just hard to listen. It's hard to listen to them because just thinking like, this dude's a dirtbag, So the same reason I won't do Michael Jackson anymore. because I mean I know nothing was
That's
ever
going to be like difficult.
Yeah, I know nothing was proven in court, but fucking people have known it for decades, and I guess this is officially music related. This is music news related, you know, because that Michael Jackson shit, that was what I didn't even watch it. I've just heard so much about it.
Oh,
no.
it's fucking crazy.
What was it even? Was it Hulu, Netflix? What was it?
One of them.
Oh, perfect. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, they released a documentary that like interviewed, I think, like a couple of the kids and maybe even their parents or something. I think their parents were involved somehow.
One of the kids was like really strung out and bummed that like Michael Jackson wasn't in love with him.
Yeah, that's what happens when you groom a child.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like Stockholm syndrome, you know? Yeah, it's a fucking bummer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, so yeah, fucking Michael Jackson's canceled. I mean, if you still want to listen to him.
Yeah, because he's fucking dead.
That's the phrase now, you know? Kevin Spacey is canceled, you know, fucking...
Oh, and how much does that suck?
That does suck, because Kevin Spacey fucking rules in everything he's in. Everything. Seven is a fucking perfect movie, and now it's
American
like...
Beauty is one of my favorite movies.
Right. But how do you watch it anymore? Because he's a fucking
Ricky Fitz is
dirtbag.
dope. But like you're watching it like you did that.
Yeah. Jesus. All right. Well, yeah. Check out the Michael Jackson documentary if you haven't already. Because I haven't. Maybe I should. Maybe I should have before we brought it up on a
When you were gonna
podcast.
say like, well, hey, if you guys don't know what you're talking about, I thought you were gonna go, we don't either.
We don't, I guess. Does it sound like we do?
Depending on the topic. No, about fruit snacks.
Do you have any more albums? I have one more. No, I have two more albums I want to bring up.
I don't think I do.
My next one that I wanted to talk about, this is another one of my contenders for album of the year. Currently, you know, there's still 6 months to go. We'll see. We'll see what comes out in that time. But Fury, Failed Entertainment. Now, I literally just found this one this morning, and I sent it to you this morning, and I know you didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but please do. Everybody. So, if any of you guys are into hardcore music or even like punk music, Fury has a really cool, like fucking old school, like OG hardcore feel. Like I'm talking like think like 7 Seconds and think like Minor Threat and Fugazi and fucking think Refused. It's
none of those bands sound the same at all.
I know, but I'm saying like it captures vibes from all those old school.
You put all those bands together, you get Turnstile.
And that's the other, like, I read an article that compared this album to Turnstile. I don't think, sonically, they're the same at all. But they do kind of both capture that, like, late 80s, early 90s kind of, almost grungy kind of punk, hardcore vibe. And it's this is such a good album. Fury is such a good album.
That Turnstile album will be my album of the year this year.
It's still so fucking good, isn't it? It's so good.
I haven't stopped listening to it.
They were
It's
just
been
in,
out for like a year and a half.
They were just in Chicago a few weeks ago, and I'm so fucking bummed I didn't go. So bummed.
I've never seen Turnstile.
I saw them once at that Every Time I Die show.
I want to see Turnstile.
And they were so fucking good. But I do have to. So I did know a guy that went, and he said that they were a little underwhelming, which surprises me because I've never seen anything like all their live videos on Facebook, on YouTube, looking incredible
all the time, and that's not a word I would use
right.
to describe them.
They never don't look incredible. Double negative, they always look incredible. Yes, but yes, Fury, Failed Entertainment. I highly recommend it. It's got kind of like this cool, old school, like jangly chord British punk kind of sound, and like, but then it's mixed in with like just West Coast 80s hardcore. It's fucking cool. It's a cool album. Really good, really well written. And I listened to it front to back this morning, and I didn't even realize I had been listening to it that long. It just flowed. It's really well put together.
All those bands you listened to or you listed before are all like DC bands, though.
I did say West. Well, I said West Coast because they're from OC, I think. I did list all fucking DC bands, didn't I?
I think so, yeah.
Is 7 Seconds? 7 Seconds got to be.
No, I think they might be New York or Boston, but I think they're an East Coast band.
Everything else I listed though was fucking DC.
Band. It's all that fucking that same guy.
2 of them were, right? Refused. Oh, Refused wasn't DC.
Refused also, whatever. Refused rules though.
So the only reason I brought up Refused, well, I mean they do fit in with that old school hardcore sound, but the first track on this Fury album really, really reminds me of New Noise, which is like the Refused song if you've ever heard any, you know. And some of the riffs on that first track are like, wow, fucking, it not straight off of Refused, but like you could tell that they were going for that kind of vibe, and they hit it. It was cool. I like it a lot. The last album I've got to bring up, and I've been really excited to talk about this. Billie Eilish.
I like it.
When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go is the name of the album.
I like it a lot.
I thought I was gonna fucking hate this album.
No, it's tight and it's fucking weird.
It's so the people that talk about Billie Eilish, like for instance, my kid sister was the one that told me about Billie Eilish. She listens to like fucking radio pop, you know, like
yeah, Billie Eilish.
Well, that's the thing. When she was talking about it, I was expecting to hear something like Ariana Grande, or who also put out a new album this year that apparently people love. I'm not into that thing, so I didn't listen to it. But
I'm not into that thing.
I'm not into that kind of thing. But yes, I mean like other things like Lady Gaga and shit like that. I thought it was going to be that kind of vibe. But to me, excuse me, this is like got almost like an anti-pop kind of vibe to it, you know? It's pop music, but without all of the tropes of like a safe for radio kind of pop album, you know? So if you're unfamiliar, it's Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas is her producer. It was literally just the two of them in their house recorded this album. No big label help or anything. They got a label to put it out, but no, they produced it and wrote it and recorded it all themselves. And like
awesome.
You could tell they use elements of like new pop and hip hop and stuff, but they put a spin on it that like you can tell there was no label saying, okay, well, if you want to put this out, you got to do this with it because that's going to get your radio play. They just fucking did it the way they wanted to, and you could tell because like lyrically, it's not like
right.
There was something I wanted to say about it, and it's not come to me now. I've been practicing talking about this for weeks because I've been so excited. It's just not. It's not like play it safe pop. You know, it's edgy and like if you've seen any of her press releases or anything, that's just her style. You know, like maybe it's fake, maybe it's a persona she puts on just because that's that's what she wants to put out to the public is, oh, she's this edgy 17-year-old, blah, 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 blah.
I'm sure that's not super authentic,
but
her music is tight, so I don't
care.
care.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good. Like, and it's all over the board, too. Like, there's a song that's, like, straight up, like, a cool hip-hop kind of track, and there's, like, this, like, light, like, piano-y kind of, fucking, oh, God. What's one of your favorite artist? She died a few years ago.
Amy Winehouse?
Yes. It's got an Amy Winehouse kind of vibe to it.
Sure.
And then there's one that I think is like all a cappella. She's got a gorgeous voice.
That intro track that's all like vocoder and shit, like it's fucking nuts.
And like there's a couple of parts where they put this real like gritty bass, like you almost think you blew your speakers because it's like it's purposely just dirty and grimy sounding, and it's
a really cool album.
It's
You've been telling me to listen to it for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, dude, no. And I did.
And I'll admit, it's
great.
The first time I listened to it, I got like 3 tracks in, and I was just like, man, fuck this. Like anybody can whisper into a microphone, you know, because that's how she sings, is with that whispery voice. But just put all of your preconceived notions aside. Put on some good headphones or put it on a good pair of speakers and just sit and chill for a while and listen to it.
Because it's fucking tight.
It's so fucking worth the listen. I love every second of it. It's so good.
I really do.
And that's my other contender for album of the year right now.
I don't hear that much.
I love it. Out of everything on my list, I'd say I probably have listened to that the most.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's cool. That my favorite album so far this year is a 17-year-old pop artist. It's cool, though. It's a fucking cool album. It's really good. So that's everything on my list. You want to hit some music news?
Sure. Anyone die?
I don't know. I know. I don't know what this is all about, but Billy Corgan has been popping up in my fucking news feed every day for like the last 2 weeks.
Billy Corgan is reopening the Double Door in Uptown.
No shit.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah, it's cool. Is Billy
Corgan cool?
Yeah.
Is he
was in
still
the fucking
cool?
Smashing Pumpkins.
I know. But
he was also in Swan.
at a certain point, no matter how cool somebody used to be, they could take a turn and be like fucking a nut job that's just like, I don't know, completely politically. Yes, R. Kelly
used to be the coolest.
I guess he's kind of. I mean, I know it's old news, but we haven't talked about it on the podcast since. Didn't he just get? Is he on trial right now? Still,
he's been on trial for like 15 years.
But like, he was just in the news. What, a couple months ago, maybe? And we haven't discussed it. But yeah, fucking R. Kelly.
Because of a documentary.
R. Kelly's canceled. Yeah, it was a documentary, wasn't it? Fucking documentaries.
Start making documentaries
everything.
about monsters and just get it over with because it works.
Yeah. Jesus, I didn't even think about that.
Where were we at? Yeah, he's reopening. I was about to be like, oh, there's no fucking venues over there anyway. But I mean, the Riv's over there, fucking Aragon's over there. Like, there's some important venues in Uptown.
See, you lived in Chicago, so like, the neighborhoods are a thing for you. But for
Uptown's cool.
For me, like, a venue's in Chicago, it's all Chicago to me. Because
do you know where, like,
I live in fucking Lowell,
correlation to,
Indiana.
like,
It's
for where venues are from each other?
kind of. I know something's more north than, like, I can kind of
Do
compare.
you know how close the Aragon is to the Riviera?
No idea.
You can see them from each other.
I think I've only been to. Actually, I don't know if I've even been to either of them.
Like, if you get off the red line at Lawrence and you go and when you get down to Lawrence, if you go left, or not, I can't say left depending what side of the street you're on. If you go east, you're at the Aragon.
Okay.
And if you go west, you're at the Riviera.
Okay.
They're like across the street from each other.
All right. Well, cool. Where's Double Door compared to that?
Wicker Park.
Oh, that means everything to. I don't know.
Well, the Double Door was in Wicker Park, where it's always been.
So it's not the same place. He's opening it somewhere else.
Yeah, the Double Door. Have you ever been to the Double Door? The old Double Door?
No.
And it's now a fucking Yeti cooler store.
Oh, okay.
Which is insane.
Yeah, that couldn't be any lamer if it tried.
I mean, it could be like a Yankee Candle. That'd be tight. It wouldn't be tight. The Double Door was tight. But yeah, Billy Corgan just found this big old theater and bought it, and he's like, "Fuck it, this is where the Double Door is now." And that's cool.
It's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
Why is he the authority on where the Double Door is?
Chicago. It's Billy Corgan.
So fucking what?
Who else is it gonna be?
I don't know. Maybe the owner of the Double Door.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just like, I don't know if it was him selling out kind of thing or gentrification kind of pushing him away so they could put a cooler store there.
Yeah.
That might be the case. I don't know.
I know fucking Quenchers is gone. That's a bummer. That's my favorite, like, dive bar kind of venue was Quenchers. I guess that's not really a dive, is it? Well, it's not anything anymore.
Now
it's like a dentist or something.
It's a dentist now. I
Quenchers
really like the Burlington. Their back room
cool.
where their live room is fucking.
That was cool.
It's a great room.
That was cool. I think the Quenchers was my favorite place that we played, though. Downtown. And that's not downtown. That's well, compared to Lowell, Indiana, that's all downtown.
Sure, it's not downtown.
I understand. I understand. It is not downtown.
It's
fair enough.
Fulton and Weston, which is like that weird gray area. You don't know if you're in Logan Square. You don't know if you're in Bucktown.
This is all really good listening for people that aren't from Chicago.
Well, someone will be like, "Oh yeah." No, that'll be me listening to it when it comes out. I listen to my own podcast when I'm at the gym a lot, which is like, I think, weird and uncool.
Yeah.
But I do it.
Ashley, my wife Ashley.
Every time.
At some point, I'm going to know that they know, but I don't know.
They know, they know.
She just started listening to the podcast yesterday. This is our 11th episode, and she just listened to it for the first time yesterday. But she's being supportive. I didn't think she would care about it at all. I didn't think she doesn't do. She listens to murder podcasts.
Like, oh, she doesn't really care about what I do.
No, she listens to murder podcasts and
What?
like true crime podcasts.
Like murder.
Yeah.
Ja Rule podcast.
Fucking that's all she wants
She
to
only
listen to
listens
is.
to Ja Rule podcast.
What's up? This is Murdercast. Murder.
It's murder.
That was lame. Murdercast. That was lame. I could have done better. I'm not happy with that. I might edit that out. I'm not going to edit that out, but I'm not happy with it.
Cool.
I'm filling air, man. You're not talking. You're just sitting there watching me talk. All right, so I guess the last thing we can talk about, unless you have any other music news. Did I unplug myself? No.
Music news.
Oh, you know what?
It's like Kurt Loder.
What? So there is going to be a very select few people that listen to this that are going to care about this. And actually, if anybody that's listening to this does care about it, you know already. It's not any news, but Have Heart is playing like 3 reunion shows this year. Now it's up to 5 now or something. But they originally
all U.S. tour. They're gonna come here.
They probably will. But so originally, when they made the announcement, there was only going to be like 3 or 4 shows. One was in Boston, one was in California for what's this festival out there? Sound and Fury, and then like 1 or 2 in Europe or something. So basically, if you wanted to see Have Heart, you had to go to Boston or to California. The Boston show sold out in like 3 seconds because they didn't put a ticket limit online. So the scalpers bought like hundreds of tickets at a time and sold it out in 3 seconds. It was super shady. A lot of people suspected the venue was like selling directly to the scalpers before it went to the public, but who knows? No point in speculating. It's over and done with. It sold out in 3 seconds. Then people were like buying, like minutes later, people were like, "Oh, I'll buy a ticket for $400." It's like, fuck you, man. Why would you're feeding right into the scalpers game, you know?
It's your only choice.
No, it was not your only choice, because then the next day, Have Heart announced, because of what happened, we are going to do another show. So that show was on a Friday night. We're going to do another show that Saturday afternoon. And it's going to be outdoors, so there will be more tickets available. And there's going to be a 6-ticket limit, so scalpers will not be able to buy them out, and blah, 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 blah. Those tickets are still on sale. That is why I wanted to bring it up, because if anybody thinks you missed out on a chance to see Have Heart, which, like I said, only like maybe 3 of you listening to this right now even know who Have Heart is and care.
Hey, Mel.
That totally is. Me and Mill, we're hanging hard on this one, because that's going to be such a great show. I don't know.
Mel, are you going?
I bought tickets. I am no longer going. I can't make it.
Why?
Yeah, I can't, because I can't swing it.
How many tickets you got?
I have 2.
Hey, Mel, you want to go?
We'll hang up and listen for your answer.
Respect.
But yeah, I bought 2 tickets, and then just for personal reasons, I'm not going to be able to make the trip out there. But fucking the second show, the lineup is fucking sick. They got Vane, they got Shipwreck. That's really all that matters. Vane and Shipwreck. It's going to be cool. But I wanted to go to the indoor just because fucking, like, real Boston hardcore show in a real Boston hardcore venue. Like, what could be cooler than that? Instead, it's going to be in a parking lot. That's not as cool. But I didn't get tickets to the indoor show anyway, so it doesn't matter.
True.
But
the This Is Hardcore lineup is out. Have you seen it?
I did, and fucking saves the day, right?
Yeah.
Saves the day. This Is Hardcore.
Yeah. Makes sense. Early Saves the Day is hardcore.
I guess I have never listened. When I think saves the day, I think At Your Funeral.
Yeah.
And that's like all I know of saves
But I
the
mean,
day.
it's like there's those bands that get to be hardcore bands because of whatever. You
Just
know?
because they're
They
like
know,
legit.
Like they know hardcore guys. Like they're friends with Bane and shit. So they're like, oh yeah, you guys are a hardcore band. So Saves the Day gets the headline. This is hardcore. Whatever.
That's cool.
I really want to go.
This is hardcore is good every year. I've never been to one of them.
Dude, it's so good this year. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, there's a bunch of these bands that I know. Holy shit, Hoods is playing.
I saw Hoods.
That's
awesome. That's so good. That's so good.
You know what? I don't really give a fuck about Harm's Way. You know that?
Really?
Why you gotta be so muscular, man? Like, dude.
You mad at him because he's muscular?
No, but I'm mad at them that that's what their sound is.
Yeah.
They sound like a muscular dude in little camo shorts and tattoos.
But it's good.
Whatever.
It's real tough. It's fucking good. They're good.
No, but if you see that guy and you're like, hey, are you in a band? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I guarantee you I know what you sound like.
So this is hardcore. The three headliners are Code Orange, of course, Saves the Day, and Gorilla Biscuits. I'm actually really surprised Knocked Loose is not one of the headliners.
Knocked Loose isn't Code Orange, Saves the Day, or Gorilla Biscuits.
So I feel Knocked Loose is not accepted for some reason by like the real hardcore community, which I don't understand. Like
their album art for their new album is awesome.
Their newest single is fucking awesome.
I love
Knocked Loose. I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't get why everybody's mad at Knocked Loose. Just because they're a successful hardcore band.
The more people shit on like Code Orange. They're the biggest band ever.
Code Orange, they signed with Roadrunner, so like already hardcore kids are like, oh fuck, they sold out, blah, 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 blah. And like, in a way, I feel like they did. Not musically. Their music is still great. I like them. It's not as good as their first couple albums. But one way I will say they sold out was because, like, no joke, right when they either right after. I think we have talked about it. So yeah, then you already know if you've listened to our previous episodes. Like right when they signed with Roadrunner, they were saying, "Oh, we're never gonna be the band that tours with like fucking Slipknot and Killswitch and blah blah blah." And then like later that year, they were on festivals with like fucking Killswitch and.
Yeah, because they're getting paid millions of dollars. So
I know.
Fuck it.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean when I say they sold out. They are specifically they are getting paid and doing something that they said they would never do.
Unbroken
That's
Wings
selling
is
out.
playing. This is hardcore. I really want to go to This Is Hardcore.
There's fucking Cro-Mags. There's Agnostic Front. Wisdom in Chains. There's fucking Death Before Dishonor. Billy Club fucking Sandwich.
This is tight.
Hoods, Queensway, One Step Closer. I think One Step Closer also playing with Have Heart?
I don't know.
I think that's
that's that awesome band. Down to Nothing.
Down to Nothing. I swear to God, is One Step Closer maybe on the Friday lineup or something?
I don't know, but I fucking love Down to Nothing.
Yeah, I was excited about Down to Nothing also. I'm really bummed I'm not going to the Have Heart show. I put up, hey, if anybody listening wants to go to the Have Heart show, I have 2 tickets available, and I posted this on Facebook already. I'm literally giving them away as long as whoever ends up taking tickets. I guess it's not technically a giveaway because there is one stipulation. I want a T-shirt from the show. If anybody wants to take the tickets and go to the show, just bring me back a T-shirt. That's all I'm asking.
Easy.
Yeah, right? I paid $68 for the tickets. You can buy me a $15, $20 T-shirt. So
right,
yeah, I think that's fair.
But go to This Is Hardcore.
It looks really good. That is July 26th through 28th at Franklin Music Hall in Pennsylvania.
Philly.
Yeah, so Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Philadelphia. The last thing I guess we can talk about because we just hit an hour.
Oh shit.
Riot Fest. Riot Fest lineup
is great. Great.
Everybody seems to be super excited about Riot Fest lineup this year.
Because it's awesome.
It is really good.
The best one it's been in a couple years.
I've never been to a Riot Fest, so I can't compare it to any. I guess, I mean, I see the flyers and like I've seen previous lineups before, and this does seem better than previous years I've seen. But I would have gone to any of them, you know?
There's some bands that like I'm sure a lot of people are psyched on.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about seeing.
Every Riot Fest, it seems like there's at least a dozen bands that I'd really like to see, and then I don't go.
So if you could go to Riot Fest and only see 3 of these bands, Which bands would you see?
Well, let's talk about who's on it first of all.
Okay.
The headliners, we got Blink-182, we got Slayer, which this is their last tour. If anybody's unaware, Slayer is breaking up finally. This is their last tour.
Finally.
They're
But Slayer's been a band for like 35
Yeah.
years or some shit.
And
You know who I really thought was going to be on Riot Fest, honest to God?
who's that?
Metallica.
Metallica.
I really did. I thought they were going to be on Riot Fest. And Green Day. I also speculated that Green Day is going to be at Riot Fest every year. Green Day's never played Riot Fest.
No, I don't follow Green Day.
But why haven't they ever been at this?
That's a good point. I don't know. Bikini Kill.
Cool.
I have no idea who Bikini Kill is.
It's like OG punk with a chick in it.
Okay, I was gonna say I know I've heard the name. Don't have any idea. The Raconteurs, which that's a Jack White band,
I think
right?
Jack White's in that, right? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care about Jack White. Rise Against, which I mean, it's Chicago.
Be tight.
Yeah, it's cool.
Rise Against.
Flaming Lips. I'm not super into Flaming Lips, but cool.
I don't hate Flaming Lips. But
Right,
I don't want
right,
to see
exactly. I'd watch them. Jawbreaker.
Love Jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker, that's fucking cool. But so Jawbreaker's not new news anymore, right?
No, Jawbreaker's
they've been around again for
like
a few
5 or
years.
6 years.
Yeah. Ween. I love Ween. They're funny. They're fun. It's cool.
You're like saying, I don't like saying pussy, and then you're like, I love Wayne.
Whatever, man. Block Party. Who's Block Party?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you actually not know who Block Party is?
Yeah, legitimately, I don't know.
Oh, Block Party's fucking huge as fuck, like indie rock band.
I mean, I know the name, but I've never.
They're playing, what's the album they're playing? They're playing Silent Alarm, which is a really awesome album.
Cool.
There's a song on that album, the big single, I forget what it's called. You've heard it. It's awesome.
Probably. I know that they're like adjacent to the stuff I listen to, but I don't know. Die Antwoord, which fuck that.
I saw them there once.
Ashley, my wife, Ashley, she loves Die Antwoord. I don't get it.
That's cool. Like it's
Yeah, I mean,
it's
if you
fun.
Cool. But like, it's to me gimmicky.
Well, yeah.
The chick's got the weird haircut and she wears the fucking crazy contacts.
He's got the weird haircut.
It's like the Marilyn Manson of like fucking
The weird
heroin addict hip hop kind of thing, you know.
But I feel like in New Zealand that's just normal. Like
Yeah,
normal
right.
life.
And then Patti Smith. That's fucking cool.
That's neat.
She's been on Riot Fest before, right?
I believe so.
Because I think
I might be thinking of Joan Jett though.
I think Ashley, my wife, she saw Patti Smith a few years ago, and I think it was at a Riot Fest. It was at one of the festivals in Chicago. That's the only her and her aunt went because
Pitchfork.
I swear it was Riot Fest.
Maybe. Anyway.
Maybe Lala. I don't know. But then the lower tiers. There's Taking Back Sunday.
They play every.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's no shocker there. Rancid plays a lot of festivals. So Violent Femmes.
I've seen Violent Femmes at Riot Fest before.
I've never seen Violent
it's
Femmes,
fun.
and they seem
That
like they would
motherfuckers
be
got
awesome.
old.
Yeah,
It's where you see them and you're like, oh.
they've been a band since like 1980 or maybe even before that. I know they like got bigger. I'm not gonna say huge, but they like were steady on the radio in like the early to mid 90s.
They were huge then though. They were.
But like I feel like they hit it after like years after the album came out. I don't know if they were popular right when the album came out,
I
but
have no idea.
but like Blister in the Sun. I think that song came out in the mid 80s or something, then it just like got popular in the 90s or something.
I think it's cool.
Maybe I don't know. I was born in 85, so I may be remembering all of this wrong, but I swear that's what happened. Look it up.
know.
I don't know. Google it. Google it if you don't trust
I
me.
don't care enough.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the audience.
Yeah, Google it, motherfuckers.
Google it if you don't think I'm right. Prove me wrong. Descendants. Fucking cool.
Very cool.
Descendants, they played...
Riot
What did they play?
Fest.
Did they play 350 last year? Or are they playing 350 this year?
They played for 350 this year.
350 Fest is another like Chicago adjacent punk festival, specifically, and they get really good headliners. This year,
Masked, Less Than Jake and the Descendants. I could be wrong.
I think Less Than Jake was last year,
I
wasn't
think
it?
Less Than Jake is every year.
Are they? I know Goldfinger was on the first round of flyers, and then they dropped off of it, and that was a bummer. I like Goldfinger.
I love Goldfinger.
Goldfinger put out an album, The Knife. Was that last year or the year before? I really
Might have
liked
been
it.
the year before.
I really liked it.
Yeah, it was on my albums of the year that year.
Yeah. Manchester Orchestra, B-52s, Dashboard Confessional. And then there's like 100 other bands. Some big names. The Story So Far.
Huge names.
And it's like all across the board too. If it's like there's pop punk, there's some ska punk, there's emo, there's some post punk, post hardcore. It's all over the place, man.
Some metal.
Andrew WK, I feel like he plays every festival
Andrew
ever.
WK, Taking Back Sunday, and Guar play Riot Fest every year.
Did we talk about this already? There's probably a bunch of guys that go out on tour as Andrew WK.
Oh yeah, I got really deep into that.
We talked about
for a while.
did we talk about that with Stowaway?
Maybe.
Or was that not on the air?
It might be on every episode. Oh, by the way, POD.
Oh yeah, we have to.
Just have to say
the
POD.
The obligatory.
But
We already talked about
POD.
Slipknot. We already talked about Soulfly. So POD is the only one left.
All right. Well, POD is tight, and I fuck with them.
And we're covered.
And Stained.
But yeah, so on Riot Fest, they're specifically advertising that the albums that are being performed this year: Flaming Lips, Yoshimi Battles, The Pink Robots. Ween is playing The Mollusk. Block Party, you said, is playing Silent Alarm. Taking Back Sunday is playing Tell All Your Friends and Louder Now. No, we talked about this a little bit before we started recording. Is Taking Back Sunday good live?
I've seen Taking Back Sunday about 6 times in different areas of their career. Like I saw them when they were touring Tell All Your Friends in like 2002 or 3, and it was I remember it being sick, but I was also 15.
Because like every video I've seen of them was like 10 years after Tell All Your Friends, and they can't hit those highs anymore, and they just don't seem to have it.
I don't know.
So
hard to say.
And so I've heard bad things about them live, but I've never seen them. So I guess check them out. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to trash them. I guess, but I'm
okay.
just curious.
I'm very excited that Dashboard is playing places that you've come to fear the most.
Places you have come to fear the most.
I love
by
that
Dashboard
album
Confessional.
so fucking much. Oh my god, I can't wait to see that album. I'll just scream it and throw up. It's gonna be tight.
Avail is playing Over the James. I don't know Avail.
You love Avail.
This sounds like something.
Avail is awesome.
Okay, I'll check them out. Against Me is playing Reinventing Axl Rose and Transgender Dysphoria Blues.
I like Reinventing Axl Rose. I wish they were playing some different albums. Because there's some albums of Against Me that I like very much.
I've never listened to a full Against Me album. And I don't know why. I've never listened to an Against Me song that I haven't liked.
New Wave is probably my favorite Against Me record.
Okay.
I can't think of the name of the other one that I like a lot. So there's that. I like
Awesome.
that album too.
Neat. Cool. Next, Glassjaw is playing Worship and Tribute.
Fucking right they are.
Yeah, that's. I need to see that. I think because Worship and Tribute.
Well, you like everything you want everyone to
I
know
do.
about Silence better.
I do, but Worship and Tribute is still a perfect album.
Uh-huh.
It is so good.
And it's going to be super tight to see them play that. And
It
I'm
is so
psyched
good.
on it. Very psyched on Census Fail playing those 2 releases.
They are playing
their like debut EP and their debut full length.
They're playing Let It Unfold You, Let It Enfold. Mm-hmm. I'm pronouncing that correctly. Enfold.
Let It Unfold You.
And From the Depths of Dreams. Census Fail. I missed Census Fail.
You didn't miss much. I mean, and at the time, even I knew that like this is cheesy bullshit, bogus.
Right, that's what I always thought about them, so I just
And,
skipped them.
But when it's like when I revisit it now, I'm like, oh my god, dude, this is tough.
So the only Census Fail song, every time I think of them, the only song that pops into my head is that, oh, I'm stuck in a coma. I love that song.
Yeah, Census Fail fucking rules.
Is that off of one of those albums?
No, that's off
Yeah,
of
fuck them.
the album after that.
Then I'm not going to go.
Okay.
And then The Selector. I don't know.
There is one more that just got announced 2 days
Too
ago.
much
That is
pressure.
not on
Oh, yeah?
this list. Yes. Blink-182 is playing Enema of the State.
Oh yeah. And supposedly that's because somebody from Chicago like tweeted them or something.
Well, no, because they're doing that whole tour.
Right, but the article I read said that they decided to do it because somebody from Chicago tweeted them saying, "Oh, you should do the anniversary," and they like decided, "Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it."
Well, they just did it at Back to the Beach.
Okay.
It's I think it's just some big similar kind of thing to this in California.
Okay.
And they did it there, and it went well. Like, no shit, it's gonna fucking go well.
Why wouldn't it?
It's like the biggest album ever made. Like, of course it's gonna go well.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be cool.
I'm psyched on it.
I wish I had the interest in Blink-182 then that I have now, because I would have loved to have seen him with Tom.
I saw Blink with Tom 3 times, 4 times, 5 times.
And back when Tom was in the band, I didn't care. I didn't care about Blink.
So now that we said most of the people who are on here, if you could only see 3 sets of Riot Fest, who would you pick? I'm gonna say, there's gonna be some data. Oh, I know my 3. I'm gonna go H2O.
Okay.
Turnstile.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be lame, and you know what? I'm gonna say the story so far.
Okay.
I've never seen the story so far.
They're supposed to be amazing when they're not kicking 16-year-old girls
Oh,
off the stage.
fuck, Glassjaw's my worship and tribute.
Yeah, but you've seen Glassjaw.
No, fuck the story so far. I'm gonna see H2O, Turnstile, I'm gonna see Dashboard, play places you come for the most.
I would. So, not that I'm a huge fan or anything, but I would have to see Slayer. I've never seen Slayer, and this is literally my last chance.
So what?
Fucking,
I've seen Slayer before.
They're fucking Slayer, man.
I remember I was leaving Riot Fest walking like to the gate, and I walked past these giant glowing upside down crosses, and I'm like, this is tight. I'm gonna watch this. And dude, they were fucking sick. That's happened a lot, like me being tired and like stumbling out of Riot Fest and stopping to check out the weird headliner that I didn't think I was gonna see. Like when I saw System of a Down and Motorhead and all
That's
this.
sick.
It was all so tight.
So I've never seen Slayer, and like I said, I'm not big into Slayer. I mean, I appreciate them for what they did for metal and everything.
Sure, it's tight. I respect Slayer.
I mean, it's just never been my thing, but I would love to see him. Just like I didn't care one bit about Black Sabbath, but I saw Black Sabbath twice on their final tour, and they were amazing to see, and I'm so glad I went and saw them.
True.
So I feel like I need to do that with Slayer. So this is literally my last chance, so I got to do it.
Fair.
Glassjaw. I've never seen Glassjaw, and I love Glassjaw.
I've seen Glassjaw a lot.
I know you have, which is why it's surprising that you say you want to go see them for like out of your.
I've never seen them play Worship and Tribute.
That's fair. That's fair. There's only like 2 bands on this entire lineup I've seen. So, for the last one, I guess I'll say it's tough because like I kind of want to pick one that I may not be able to see somewhere else.
Turnstile.
I've seen Turnstile.
So the fuck what? How sick was it? Or maybe the Village People.
Yeah, Village People would be cool. That would be fucking cool. I'd like to see Violent Femmes, I think.
Cool.
That's a band that like...
So what, Slayer, Violent Femmes, and who?
Glassjaw.
What did I say? H2O, Turnstile, and Dashboard.
H2O I get. Dashboard I get. Turnstile, they'll be through Chicago again like 2 more times next year.
I've seen all the rest of the bands on this.
Yeah, that's fair. I also, man, I'd really like to see Jawbreaker though.
Jesus fuck, I have to pee so goddamn.
I don't know. That's cool. I say that's a wrap.
Okay, well,
But-
hey. Peace, I'm gonna pee.
All right, Larry's peeing. As usual, check out all the other shows on Journey into Comics Network, journeyintocomics.com.
Spineless Signal is real tight.
Fucking, you just bury the lead. Journeyintocomics.com. Content every day of the week. Blah 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 blah. You know. I say it every week. Blah 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 blah. We are going. You guys heard it in the intro already, but we forgot to tag it at the beginning of the episode. So here at the end of the episode, we are going to play the new single from our friends in Spineless Heartless. Which fucking, if you haven't listened to Spineless Heartless yet, you're stupid. Like, they are some of the best songwriters that I've ever heard in my life, and I've had the pleasure to, meet and hang out, and we've played numerous shows with these guys. They're fucking cool dudes. They're amazing songwriters, and just enjoy this new single. This is The Map by Spineless Heartless.
Bye.
Bye.
You are the map beneath my eyes. You are the reason I keep my fist curled up in a ball the sun that sets over my last complaints. I will subside in your dark, climb to your stark ceiling. I want to make the most of this. You are the one that keeps hoping. I am the one who keeps holding. I will admit the fact that I love you. So put the past in front of you. You are the path that gleams golden. I am the shape that you molded. I will admit the fact that I love you. You are the map beneath my eyes.